Hello students, good morning. Welcome back to our foundation lectures in our mathematics. So in our previous lecture we have started with the chapter on quadrilaterals and we have discussed many important properties on quadrilaterals and we have discussed the classification of quadrilaterals like parallelograms, rectangle, square, rhombus and kite, and also we have discussed what is meant by convex polygon and concave polygon, and then we have discussed the angle sum property of a quadrilaterals and angle sum property of a convex polygon, right? And then at the end we have seen some problems based on how to prove a quadrilateral is a rhombus or quadrilateral is a square, something depending on the given conditions, right? So in today's lecture let's see some more important problems. Show that the diagonals of a square are equal and bisect each other at right angles. So we know that in a square all sides are equal. What is the definition of a square? First of all, a square, it is a rectangle in which all sides are equal. That's it. That is the definition. But here in the question you have been asked to prove that the diagonals are equal and bisect each other at right angles. So we need to prove that BD is equal to AC, okay, and we need to show that O bisects this, okay. So before showing that the diagonals are equal, see, first of all, to prove the diagonals are equal we need to prove that AC is equal to BD, right? So in triangle ABC, consider triangle ABC and BAD, these two triangles with common base as BA. In these two triangles, if you look at it, AB is the common side, right? And then AD is equal to BC, sides of a square, right? And then angle ABC is 90 degrees and angle DAB is also 90 degrees because each angle is 90 degrees, right? What is square? It is a rectangle in which all sides are equal, that is each angle is 90 degrees. So these are 90 degrees. So hence these two triangles are congruent, isn't it? So triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle BAD. Okay. So from this congruency you could state that AC is equal to BD. The angles, I mean the sides opposite to corresponding angles will be equal, right? Corresponding equal angles will be equal. So BD is the side opposite to 90 degrees and here AC is the side opposite to 90 degrees, right? So these are congruent. Now, so AC is equal to BD by CPCT. So we are done with the first one. We have shown the diagonals of a square are equal. Next what? We need to show that they bisect each other at right angles. So to prove this, first of all, AD is parallel to BC. AD is parallel to BC and consider this AC as a transversal. Consider this AC as a transversal. Now, a square is a parallelogram. Since this is a parallelogram, okay, we could show that angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate interior angles are equal. So this angle will be equal to this angle, isn't it? Similarly, this angle will be equal to this angle because they are alternate interior angles, right? If you consider this as a transversal, AC as a transversal. So now in triangle OAD and OCB, so what you will do is consider triangle OAD and OCD. So consider these two triangles. So in these two triangles, if you look at it, AD is equal to, see, triangle OAD and OCB. Triangle consider triangle OAD and OCB. Now in these two triangles, I think we have skipped it to the next question. Yeah. Consider triangle OAD and OBC. Now in these two triangles, if you look at this angle and this angle, they will be equal. The reason is they are vertically opposite angles. These two angles are vertically opposite angles. That is, angle DOA will be equal to angle COB. Okay, and then this angle C. Okay, say this is 1 and this is 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2, because if you see AD and BC as parallel lines and AC as transversal, then 1 and 2 they are alternate interior angles. So angle DAO will be equal to angle BCO, isn't it? So they are alternate interior angles, right, students? And then angle 2 is equal to angle 4. That is, these two angles are equal. Similarly, if you consider BD as a transversal, okay, you could prove that this angle will be equal to this angle. Again, these are alternate interior angles, right? So these two triangles are congruent, isn't it? Triangle DOA will be congruent to triangle COB. Triangle OAD or DAO is congruent to triangle OCD by angle side angle congruency. Why? Because AD is equal to CB. Because this being a square, right? So using ASA congruency, we could show that these two triangles are congruent. So once we'll prove that by ASA congruency, we could say OA is equal to OC. By using converse property of congruent triangle, we could say that OA is equal to OC. OA is equal to OC. Similarly, OB is equal to OD. So what does it states is, means O is nothing but the midpoint of both AC and BD, that is, diagonals bisect each other. So hence even this also is proved. Okay, and then you will be left with to prove that the angle between them is 90 degrees. Okay, so to prove the angle between them is 90 degrees, again this is a very easy part. What you will do is, you could show that these two are congruent, mean this angle and this angle they are equal, and since the entire angle is a straight angle, you could prove that each angle is 90 degrees. So what you will do is, consider triangle OBA and triangle ODA. Triangle OBA and triangle ODA. Consider this triangle and then show that OB is equal to OD, BA is equal to DA, OA is equal to OA. That is, show that these two triangles are congruent. When these two triangles are congruent, then this angle will be equal to this angle. Okay, but the sum of these two angles is a straight angle. So you could prove that each angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so once you prove each angle is 90 degrees, this is 90, so this will be 90, so each of these will be 90. So hence you could say that diagonals, they bisect each other at right angles. Okay, students, so try to prove each part by part without any confusion. The proof will be very easy, because for all the question you will be using similar kind of proofs. That is, using the congruency rule, you will show that triangles are congruent, and then you will be using CPCT, and then you will be deducing your results. So go one by one, step by step. So here what we have done is, in the first step we have proved that diagonals of a square are equal, and in the second step we have proved that they bisect each other, and in the third step we have proved that they are at right angle triangles. So let's look at the next question. Show that if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are equal and bisect each other, then show that it is a square. Okay, show that if the diagonals are equal and bisect each other, that is, if AC is equal to BD, okay, and they bisect each other at right angles, then you need to show that it is a square. So square means it is a rectangle. It is a rectangle in which all sides are equal. So you need to show that what is a rectangle? It is a parallelogram in which all angles are 90 degrees. So you need to show that the opposite sides are parallel. You need to show that all angles are 90 degrees, and then you need to show that all sides are equal. So all these you need to prove. So let's see how to prove. So first of all, consider, let ABC be a quadrilateral such that diagonals AC and BD they are equal and bisect each other at right angle. This is given, right? So now what you will do is consider the smaller triangles. Say AOD. Consider any two triangles it will do. Say consider triangle AOD and AOB. So we are considering these two smaller triangles. Now using these two triangles you could show that angle AOD is 90 degrees and angle AOB is 90 degrees. This is each 90 given that they bisect at right angles. And then we know OD is equal to OB. Okay, and then AO is the common side. Okay, so we know that two sides and the included angle between them of one triangle is equal to two sides and the included angle of the another triangle. So using SAS congruency rule, you could say that these two triangles are congruent. So if these two triangles are congruent, then the corresponding sides would be equal. So hence you could prove that DA is equal to AB. So DA is equal to AB by converse property of congruence triangle. Similarly, you could prove that AB is equal to BC and BC is equal to CD. Okay. So thus AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. Okay, students. So all sides are equal, right? So if all sides are equal, then it could be rhombus as well. It could be rhombus as well. What is the difference between rhombus and the square? In a square, all angles should be 90 degrees, right? So if you could prove the angles should be 90 degrees, then you are done. So let's see how we could prove. So quadrilateral ABCD have all sides equal. Now what you will do is consider triangle AOD and triangle COB. Consider triangle AOD and triangle COB. Okay. Now in these two triangles, this is 90 and this is 90, right? And then OD is equal to OB. And this is equal to this one. So these two triangles are congruent, right? If these two triangles are congruent, then angles opposite to equal sides will be equal. I mean corresponding angles opposite to corresponding sides will be equal. So angle 1 will be equal to angle 2, isn't it? Angle 1 will be equal to angle 2 by converse property of congruence triangles. So but they, what are they? What is 1 and 2? See, if you consider DC and AB, see, if you consider AC as a transversal, then 1 and 2, they form an alternate angle pair, right? If they form an alternate angle pair, that means AB is equal to CD, that is AB is parallel to CD, right? See, only if AB is parallel to CD, then alternate angles will be equal. So hence, AD is parallel to BC. Similarly, you could prove that these two angles are equal by considering the congruency rule, and you could prove that DC is parallel to AB. Okay, students. So similarly, like the way AD is parallel to BC, prove that AB is parallel to CD as well. So hence, you could prove that ABCD is a parallelogram. Parallelogram having all its sides equal is a rhombus. So therefore, ABCD is a rhombus. But in the question, what we have been asked to prove? ABCD is a square. So we need to prove that each angle is equal to 90 degrees. So to do that, what we will do is consider triangle ABC and BAD. Consider triangle ABC and BAD. So in these two triangles, what you could see is, see, diagonals are equal, right? And the sides are equal. So using side congruence, we could say that triangle DAB is congruent to triangle CBA. So these two are congruent triangles. If these two are congruent triangles, then if these two are congruent triangles, what can you say is, these two are congruent triangles by SSS congruency. So if these two are congruent triangles, using converse property of congruence triangle, you could say that angle ABC means this angle. This angle will be equal to angle DAB, right? angle DAB. But if you consider DA and CB, they are parallel lines, and AB as a transversal, these two form a co-interior angles. Angle DAB and angle CBA, they are nothing but they are co-interior angles, right? If you consider AB and AD and CB as parallel lines and AB as a transversal, these two are co-interior angles, and we know that sum of the co-interior angles is 180 degrees. But using the congruency of these two triangles, we have proved that these two are equal. Okay, so we will get each of these angle is equal to 90 degrees using this equation. Okay, see here, the nice property what we are trying to use is, one thing we have shown that the lines are opposite sides are parallel by showing that alternate angles are equal. Okay, and then to show that each angle is 90 degrees, what we are using is the property that we have shown congruency, and then we have shown the two co-interior angles are equal, and then we are using the property that sum of the co-interior angles in a parallelogram are 180 degrees, so each would be equal to 90 degrees. Okay, students, so rhombus ABCD is having one angle equal to 90 degrees, so other angles also would be equal to 90 degrees. So hence ABCD is a square. Let's look at this question. So you are given that diagonal AC of a parallelogram bisects angle A. So this diagonal AC is bisecting angle A into two equal parts. Now you need to show that it bisects angle C also, and you need to show that ABCD is a rhombus. Okay, students. So first of all, you are given that ABCD is a parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, opposite sides will be parallel and equal. So in which diagonal AC bisects angle A. AC is bisecting angle A. So if this is angle 1 and this is angle 2, we are given that angle 1 is equal to angle 2, right? And then since ABCD is a parallelogram, if you consider CD and AB as parallel lines and AC as a transversal, then angle 1 will be equal to angle 3, alternate angles. Similarly, angle 2 will be equal to angle 4, right? Angle 2 will be equal to angle 4. So this is equal to this, and each are equal to each other. Okay. And then what else? So you need to see. So you have proved that angle 1 is equal to angle 2, and angle 1 is equal to angle 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. But angle 1 is equal to angle 2 implies what? Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Thus you could say that this diagonal is also bisecting AC angle C as well, because angle 3 is equal to angle 4 implies AC bisects angle C. So first part is done. And second part, you need to prove that ABCD is a rhombus. So what is the definition of rhombus? First of all sides should be equal. AB should be equal to BC, should be equal to CD, right? See students, first of all, if you look at this triangle ABC, in this angle 1 is equal to angle 4. So sides opposite to equal angles will be equal. So AB will be equal to BC, right? Similarly, AD will be equal to DC. But we know that in the parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So all these sides will be equal to each other. So hence it is a rhombus. Okay, students. Since ABCD is a parallelogram, AB parallel to DC and AC is a transversal, you could prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Similarly, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Again, use the same thing, alternate interior angles. And given angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because the diagonal bisecting angle A. So from these three equations, you will show that angle 3 is equal to angle 4. That means angle AC bisects angle C. And then in triangle ABC, we have angle 1 is equal to angle 4. So sides opposite to equal angles will be equal. Similarly, other sides also. Okay, but given ABCD is a parallelogram, so opposite sides will be equal. So from all this you could conclude that all the sides are equal to each other. So hence ABCD is a rhombus. Okay students, so let's continue with the next question. Now given ABCD is a rhombus, now you need to show that diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C, and diagonal BD bisects angle B as well as angle D. See, this question is just like a converse to the previous question whatever we have discussed. In the previous question we have been given that the diagonal bisects one angle and we have been asked to prove that it is a rhombus. Here we are given that ABCD is a rhombus, we need to prove the diagonal bisects, okay, each angle. So again this is quite easy. Given that ABCD is a rhombus, so we know the properties of rhombus. What are that? All the sides will be equal to each other. So AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. And also we know that rhombus is nothing but it is a parallelogram itself. Parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel and equal. So AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Okay. So consider ABCD as a parallelogram. Say angle 1, angle 4, angle 2, angle 3. Okay. Now we know that CD is equal to AD. Sorry, CD is equal to AD, right? CD is equal to AD. Now, if these two sides are equal, now in triangle ADC, what can we say? See, angle AD and DC are equal. So, the angles opposite to equal sides also will be equal. The sides opposite to, the angles opposite to equal sides will be equal. So AD and DC are equal. So the angle opposite to AD is 2 and the angle opposite to DC is 1. So obviously angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. Because angles opposite to equal sides of a triangle are equal. Right? Similarly, you could show that 4 is equal to 3. Angle 4 is equal to angle. Okay. Now, again similarly, what you will do is, okay, now AD is parallel to BC, right? AD is parallel to BC. And consider AC as a transversal. If AC as a transversal, then 1 and 3, they are nothing but alternate angles. If you consider AD and BC as a transversal, BC as parallel lines and AC as a transversal, then angle 1 and 3, they are alternate angles and we know that alternate angles are equal in a parallelogram. So angle 1 will be equal to angle 3. Similarly, if you will consider DC and AB as parallel lines, then 2 and 4, they form alternate angle pair. Okay students, they form alternate angle pair, isn't it? So what we could conclude is angle 1 is equal to angle 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 3, okay, from all this. So since AB is parallel to DC and AC is a transversal, we could say that angle 2 is equal to angle 4. So here what you are proving is angle 1 is equal to angle 4, that is this diagonal is being bisected. Similarly, angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So this diagonal is bisecting this angle. So what we need to prove? You need to prove that diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. Right? So we have proved. So similarly, you could do for the other diagonal as well. Okay, the proof is similar. So let's look at the next question. Given ABCD is a rectangle, in which diagonal AC bisects angle A. Diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. Okay. See, ABCD is a rectangle in which diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. Show that ABCD is a square and show the diagonal BD bisects angle B as well as angle D. This is again similar to previous question. So the proofs would be quite similar. So first of all, you are given a rectangle ABCD such that AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. That is, angle 1 is equal to angle 4 and angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Okay. And also you know that every rectangle is a parallelogram. So, if you consider DC and AB as parallel lines and AC as a transversal, then angle 2 is equal to angle 4, alternate interior angles. Similarly, angle 1 will be equal to angle 3. Okay. So, from all these you could say that each angles are equal to each other. So, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Now, if angle 3 is equal to angle 4, in triangle ABC, two angles are equal. So, the sides opposite to equal angles also would be equal. So, hence we could say that AB will be equal to BC, because AB is the side opposite to angle 3 and BC is the side opposite to angle 4. So, hence we could say that AB is equal to CB. So, hence if AB is equal to BC and we know that AB is also equal to CD, so this is equal to CB, but CB is equal to DA. So, hence all the sides are equal to each other. So, a rectangle in which all sides are equal is called as a square. So, hence ABCD is a square. Okay, students. Now, what else? The second part, you need to prove that diagonal BD bisects angle B as well as angle D. So, you need to prove that these two angles, say this is 5, 6, 7 and 8. You need to show that angle 5 is equal to angle 6. And angle 7 is equal to angle 8. Okay. So, how to prove that? Again, this is very easy. See, what you will do is, first of all, consider this triangle. In this triangle, see, we know that AB and AD are equal because it being a square. So, you could say that angle 5 is equal to angle 7, right? And also you could say that angle 6 is equal to angle 8, isn't it? Angle 6 is equal to angle 8. And then, now what you will do is, consider these two triangles. Consider triangle DAO. Consider triangle DAO and COB. See, in these two triangles, this CB is equal to DA, right? And then vertically opposite angles. And we know that diagonals are bisecting each other. So, we know that these two triangles are congruent. Now, using converse property of congruence triangles for these two triangles, you could show that, see, this angle 5 will be equal to angle 8 because corresponding angles will be equal by using CPCT. So, angle 5 will be equal to angle 8. So, what does it mean? So, angle 5 is equal to angle 6. Similarly, angle 7 is equal to angle 8. So, that means this diagonal is bisecting angle D as well as angle B. Okay. Since ABCD is a square and diagonals of a square bisect the opposite angle, so BD bisects angle B as well as angle D. Okay. So, directly you could use it or you could prove it as well, as I have discussed just now. So, let us continue with the next question. Again, this is a very, very interesting question. Okay, it looks tedious, but this is again a simple one. Here, you are given a parallelogram ABCD. Okay, you are given a parallelogram ABCD such that 2 points P and Q are taken on diagonal BD. 2 points P and Q are taken on the diagonal BD such that DP is equal to BQ. That is, at an equal distance from both the ends, you will be picking P and Q. Okay. Now you need to show that triangle APD, this triangle APD is congruent to triangle CQB. this triangle. These two triangles are congruent, you need to show. Okay. So first look at the first part and then let's get back to the second part. So first of all, given ABCD is a parallelogram, so we know that opposite sides would be parallel and equal. So consider AD and BC as parallel lines and BD as a transversal. If you consider BD as a transversal, now we know that angle ADB will be equal to angle CBQ, right? Because they are alternate interior angles. And then, so angle ADP will be equal to angle CBQ, right? It is the same angle. Next, in triangle APD and CQB, in these two triangles, if you look at this, AD is equal to CB because these are opposite sides of a parallelogram. AD is equal to CB. And then PD is equal to QB. PD is equal to QB. Why? Because that is how P and Q points are constructed. So AD is equal to BC and PD is equal to QB, and the included angle between them, they are equal because they are alternate angles. So hence you could say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. So hence first part is done. Then second part you are asked to prove AP is equal to CQ. AP is equal to CQ. Students, first of all, what is AP? We have already proved in first part that these two triangles are congruent. So now apply CPCT, converse property of congruent triangles. So the corresponding sides opposite to equal sides in both the triangles, okay, equal angles will be equal. So the side opposite to this angle ADP will be AP, and here the side opposite to angle QBC will be CQ. So hence you could say that AP is equal to CQ, being both these triangles are congruent. So second part also is done. Now interesting thing again, third part. In third part you have been asked to prove triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. Triangle AQB, again AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. Again, this is also similar thing. The only thing is, in the first part you have proved AD and BC as parallel lines you have considered. Here AB and CD will take their place. Okay. But again it is a similar type of proof. Since AB is parallel to CD and BD is a transversal, you will show that angle ABD, mean this angle, okay, this angle will be equal to this angle, because being alternate angle, these two are alternate angles, and then we are given that QB is equal to PD, that is given in the question. And then what else? And then we know that AB is equal to CD because they are opposite sides of a parallelogram. So from these three we could show that these two triangles are congruent to each other. So hence triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. Okay, so this will be your third part. Now if you have proved these two triangles are congruent, rest is using CPCT. So using CPCT you could show that AQ is equal to CP. Okay, AQ is equal to CP. In second part you have shown that AP is equal to CQ. Okay, now using second and fourth part, okay, AP is equal to CQ and AQ is equal to CP. So opposite pair of sides are equal. So in a quadrilateral AQCP, okay, APCQ, opposite sides are equal. So that means that APCQ is nothing but a parallelogram. APCQ is parallelogram because AP is CQ and AQ is CP. So opposite pair of sides are equal. So then that quadrilateral is nothing but a parallelogram. Okay, sure, this is very, very easy. It is looking bit complex but very dead easy question. So if you prove first one, second part is done. If you proved first one, similarly you have to do third one. If you have proved third one, again fourth is done. And since second and third part, using second and fourth part, fifth part is done. So very, very easy question. So you will get it for long answer question. So let's look at another question. Now, given that ABCD is a parallelogram, ABCD is a parallelogram and AP and CQ are perpendiculars, AP and CQ are perpendiculars from vertices A and C. A and C on the diagonal BD. Now, show that triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. You need to show that this triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. So, first of all, you need to be clear what is given and what is being asked. So, what is given? Given that ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, students. Now, in triangle APB and triangle CQD, we have this angle APB and CQD as 90 degrees because they are the perpendiculars AP and CQ are. And then we know that AB is equal to CD. Why? Because they are opposite sides of a parallelogram. Right? And then angle ABP. Angle ABP, this angle is equal to this angle. Why? Because diagonals bisect each other and we know that opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal, right? So, AB is equal to CD and angle ABP, this will be equal. So, you could reason it in two different ways. First of all, if you consider these two as parallel lines and this BD as a transversal, these two will be alternate angles. So, there is one kind of reasoning, or else you know that in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal and diagonal bisects those angles. So, even the half parts also will be equal. So, these two angles are equal. So, hence these two triangles are congruent to each other. So, first part is done. Okay, now second part. You need to prove AP is equal to CQ. So, once you know that these two triangles are congruent, then AP is equal to CQ, because by using converse property of congruent triangles, the corresponding sides would be equal of two congruent triangles. So, hence AP is equal to CQ. Okay, students. So, let's look at another question before we wind up our today's discussion. Again, this is again a very, very nice question. Given in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE. Okay, and also given that BC is equal to EF and BC is parallel to EF. Now, vertices A is joined to D, C is joined to F and B is joined to E. So, now you have been asked to prove that ABED is a parallelogram and similarly BECFC is a parallelogram. Okay, vertices are taken in order. Similarly, there are four more parts. So, before we get into this, let's try to prove the first two parts. So, first of all, see, to prove quadrilateral ABED is a parallelogram, so we need to show that opposite sides are equal and parallel, right? So, we have AB is equal to DE, so they are equal, right? And we have also been given that AB is parallel to DE. And similarly, BC is given that, see, first of all, so from these two we could say that ABED is a quadrilateral. ABED is a quadrilateral in which pair of opposite sides AB and DE are parallel and of equal length, right? So, this is nothing but this is a property of parallelogram. So, hence we could say that ABED is parallelogram. Similarly, consider BEFC. For BEFC again, given that BC is parallel to EF. It is given. And BC is parallel to EF. So again, pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. So hence it is sufficient to reason out that the given quadrilateral is a parallelogram, because in which a pair of opposite sides are parallel and of equal length. So hence this is a parallelogram. Okay students, now let's look at the third one. You need to prove that AD is parallel to CF. To prove AD is parallel to CF. See, ABED is a parallelogram. This is proved, right? So therefore, if ADBE is parallelogram, we were already given that AB is parallel to DE. So hence we could say that AD is parallel to BE. Right? So we could say that AD is parallel to BE. And then in the second part we have proved that BEFC is a parallelogram, but given BC is parallel to EF, so we could say that this BE is parallel to CF, because BECF is a parallelogram. So from the first one AD is parallel to BE, from the second one BE is parallel to CF. So from the first and second one we could say that AD is parallel to CF. AD is parallel to CF, right? So hence we have proved the third one. So AD is parallel to CF, and we'll get AD is equal to CF. Okay students. And then look at the fourth one. You need to prove that quadrilateral ACFD is a parallelogram. ACFD is a parallelogram. Again, this is also similar proof. Since AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF, which is proved. So we could say that in quadrilateral ACFD, one pair of opposite sides AD and CF are parallel and equal length. So hence ACFD will be a parallelogram. So this is the fourth proof. And then fifth one, AC is equal to DF. So since ACDF is a parallelogram, opposite sides will be of equal length. So AC is equal to DF. So fifth one is also proved. And then sixth one, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay. This is again an interesting thing. Triangle. Students, look at this. In triangle ABC, see, we are given that AB is equal to DE. This is given in the question. And then BC. See, from parallelogram BCFE, this being a parallelogram, we know that opposite sides are equal. So we know that BC is equal to FE, because opposite sides are equal. And then similarly, consider parallelogram ACFD. ACFD, AC will be equal to FD, because again opposite sides are of equal length. So now you could observe that all three sides of triangle ABC are equal to three corresponding sides of triangle DEF. So that means using side congruency rule, you could conclude that these two triangles ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay students. Okay, these are pretty easy things. Just you need to put your pen on paper and try it. You'll definitely end up with the right proof. Okay students, hope you have understood so far whatever problems we have discussed. And in case if you are having any doubts, please don't hesitate to ask me. Do call me at any time. I will try to make things more easier. Okay students, so with this I'll wind up our today's discussion, and we'll continue in our next recorded lecture the rest of the problems which I feel important. Okay, so before we wind up this chapter, so there are some more important problems which I'll discuss in the next recorded lecture. Okay students, till then have a nice time. Thank you.